This is a tutorial to complete the fourth part, which is a pear cam. And later this year when we do these, we're going to make the center a circular hole so it fits on the shaft that we'll be using, which I think is a circle. It may be a square, but we will adjust the size and shape of the hole in the middle. So let's look at what we are looking at here. We have a vertically constrained center line, and it's 1.75 inches tall. We have a radius of 0.5 here, which means we have a diameter of 2 times that radius. Thickness of 0.125. The square in the middle is exactly the same as the thickness, and then we have a radius down at the bottom of 1.25, which would be a diameter of 2.5. So I'm looking at this. I think the easiest way to do this, and OnShape is going to let us do this, we're going to draw a sketch that has a line, 2 circles. We're going to connect these circles with lines using tangent constraints. And then we're going to put the square, and we'll just make one extrusion that makes the shape all at once. So let's go do that. So starting in OnShape, we're going to go over here and hit plus for a new part studio. And then we're going to start a new sketch on the front plane. We're going to press N for normal and P to remove the planes so that we see what we're doing. I'm going to use a construction line here, and I'm going to use the line tool, and I'm going to start at the origin and go straight up. Notice how it has that little line that pops up to the right when I am exactly vertical. There should be another one for horizontal. So we want to get it exactly vertical. I don't really care about the length. I'm just going to click on that, and now it's going to give me a chance to type in the number I want, 1.75. So now we have a construction line that is 1.7 line. So I'm going to hit escape to get out of the line tool. And now we're going to use a center point circle. We're going to connect one at the top. And it is going to be 0.5, but that's for the radius, so it's 2 times the radius as the diameter, so we're going to put 0.5 asterisk 2, and that's going to multiply 0.5 times 2, and it's going to make that top circle 1 inch. Then we're going to go down here to the bottom, and we're going to make a circle any size we want, and we're going to say that that is 1.25 times 2, and that's going to be the size of the bottom circle. Let's go check that on the picture here. So it's 1.25 for the radius, so I did get that right. Okay, so we've got some things kind of cluttering things up a little bit. I'm going to zoom in and kind of pan a little bit and get it in place. I'm going to choose the line tool, and I'm going to make an excessively long line here, and I have a reason for doing this. And then we're going to do another one right here. And then we're going to use a constraint to put these in place. We're going to use the tangent constraint. We're going to click on the line, then the circle. Then we're going to click on this line and this circle. And then we're going to click on this line and this circle. And we're going to click on this line and this circle. So now that line is tangent with both of those circles. Now we're going to choose the trim tool, and we're going to hit trim and trim and trim and trim, and you notice that it changed to gray as we did that. Alright, the next thing we need to do is add a square that is 0.125 inches on each side, so we're going to do a 2-point rectangle. I'm just going to draw it over here for now, and I'm going to put 0.125, enter, 0.125, enter, and now I have this little square. I'm going to change to construction and go to line. And then I'm going to zoom in using my scroll wheel on that square, and I'm going to draw a diagonal line across here. And notice it's a construction line, not an object line. Now we're going to choose a constraint, not tangent, but we're going to look for the one called midpoint. And I'm going to choose the midpoint of this line, and I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to pan over here. That's not what I wanted to do. Center click on the scroll wheel, and I'm going to click on the origin, and it's going to put that exactly in the center. So now I'm going to hit Shift 1, and we can do a couple of things. One of the things I'm going to do, and you don't have to do this in OnShape, but just to make our job easier, we're going to trim some stuff out of the middle. We're going to hit trim, and we're going to trim this part of the circle and this top half of the circle. So now we just have a square inside of this shape. We're going to choose Finish the Sketch, and then I'm going to hit Shift and 7 and go back to the isometric view, and I'm going to choose Extrude, and I'm going to click on this face. And I did not choose the square in the middle. I do not want that to be 1 inch thick. We're going to change that to 0.125, hit Enter, and finish the sketch, and there we have the pear cam. Right click and change the name. This is part 4.2 parenthesis, this is number 4. That's the name. And that's it.